Hi guys, this is Aki again from Finedrops.net. It's an online shop at this moment that sells authentic imported sake from Japan. I'm currently based in Germany, serving European market, and my goal is to expand the product of sake itself within the European market, mainly focusing on Germany, which is where I live currently. Eventually I would like to have access to all of the European nations with my sake. So in case you haven't checked out who I am, please go to www.finedrops.net. That's the online shop, and there you will see what I'm doing more in detail. And there's also Instagram profile. That's finedrops_sake, and there you will see how I'm trying to market this product that's not known at all in the European market currently, to see, okay, how effectively can I reach or can I penetrate the current beverage market. And aside from social media, I am working with local restaurant and bars, currently based around Cologne area in Germany. And this year is going to be an exciting year for me because I have a couple of projects lined up with a couple of bars that are outside of the normal area of business that I do geographically, still within Europe though. I'm really excited to see what kind of response there will be, and I'm very confident that regardless of the size of the feedback that I will get, that all of them will be lead more towards positive feedback, meaning I think a lot of people will realize the potential of this product, of being not just a hyped product at some point, but I think beyond that hype that would eventually come, that it has the potential and capability of being the regular member of anybody's restaurant menu or bar. So having said that, there's one thing that I think about every day actually, and I want to throw this at you because I want to get your feedbacks on how you think. So basically, when you start any business, or when you are in middle of any business, a lot of people, especially people who don't know your business, right, will ask you following questions. Who are your target audiences? How do you want to market it? What is your strategy? And of course, they're important things. Yeah, I mean, as they say, like, if you don't have plan, then you're bound to fail. And if you plan, at least there's a basis for you to steer around and adjust for short-term needs, changing needs of the market, and so on and so forth. But for me, my biggest conflict with that theory is, what's the product that you're trying to sell? Meaning, if the product is something that people cannot understand immediately, for example sake, then what target group are you talking about? Like, what strategy are you talking about? Your strategy should be to make people understand what that is. Now, there are several ways in this world to do that. You can rent a classroom, try to gather people, and hold a seminar about what sake is, right? Or you can create videos, YouTube videos for example, and explain what sake is. Those are great ways. And actually, you know, on YouTube I'll try, you know, I'm interested to do continue doing that, right? But if you think about it in a even more practical sense, what's the best way to let somebody experience a product? What is the best way? It is to give that product, whatever it is, whether it be a physical product or services, you give it to a consumer to have him or her try it for free, without any obligation, without any binding contract. To me, that is the most effective way to get your word across. It's not by you saying 1,000 words, but let the product speak for itself. And so this is what I've done using Instagram, and this is what I'll continue to do using Instagram, is that you realize there are a lot of people, and not only amongst the young people. To be honest with you, regardless of the age, there are a lot of people who are actually willing to try new things. They're actually very curious, and they're actually very excited that somebody is sending you a complete new product for you to test and wait for your opinion. That's actually a very, very exciting thing for a person to do. So, of course, from a business owner point of view, it's an investment, right? And I don't care how little the money you spend might be, it is still a lot of time invested in identifying who you want to send your product to for testing. It's a lot of time identifying, okay, how many or how frequent do you want to do this? Because it is in the end money that is invested without any prospect of return, right? But if you think about it, that is for me the strategy, the only strategy for anybody who, especially who's starting a new business, to have, right? And of course, how you bring your product or services directly to the consumer is totally up to you, right? So whether like you can do it like me, or you can do it, you know, like many other people who who go on social media like Instagram or Snapchat and try to identify, okay, you know what, this person I would like to see my bottle with, right? And say, this person I would really love to see him or her try it and give his or her honest opinion, right? And I think it's also important that you request honest opinion, and based on that, I think if any consumer sees that there's a mix of honesty, negativity, and positivity in the reviews of a product, it's very real and it's very trustworthy, right? And I think, at least for me, this is the truth about the market, and this is the strategy I want to go with. So it's just my 2 cents on what I think about having all these fancy words around business and starting up one, because in the end actually it's very simple. But you know what, maybe my brain is just built that way to not be able to comprehend many aspects at once. So I know that there are a lot of people in this world that strategize and really go deep on the analysis and say, this is the market gap, right? And this is the loophole in the market, and I'm gonna go fix it, I'm gonna go fill it with my business. and earn some hard-earned cash. And I think that's fantastic. But you have to understand if that kind of strategy is applicable for the type of product or services you're going to offer. So yeah, it's just again just my 2 cents, and I would love to have your feedback on this. And yeah, would also welcome any advice if you have any anything related to business, developing a business, starting up a business, and if you have any other opinion, please let me know. Alright, so reporting you from my business trip. I'm currently in the Netherlands, and I hope I can report back to you again tomorrow. I have a couple of talks lined up, business meetings here with the restaurant and bar owners in Netherlands, and my hope is that at least I can land a trial agreement to have my product sake lined up in one of the restaurants menus. Yeah, so without further ado, talk next time. Bye.